All right, buddy. So I'm here. This is Alberto Riehl. I'm here with Dan. And Dan is one of our clients and one of our students. And Dan, thank you for joining us. And I'd just like to ask, as far as our program goes, what's been your favorite thing about the program so far?
My favorite thing is one on the first call when you give kind of your wisdom. I believe in seeking a lot of wisdom, so that really helps me get started in the morning. But pretty much how you figure it out, how you're going to help your community. Um, Obviously on Facebook, when we get on there, it's invaluable. And also your calls. It's not very often you can get together with a mentor and get on a call and they're going to give all their time for you. So that's hard to find. But as far as internet is kind of where everything's going, and in our industry, it's hard to just like me tap your warm market. And when your warm market is gone, what do you do? So with Alberto's system, he's pretty much figured it out. And if you're coachable, you're going to be able to do this. So I come from a background of having some business. So when you put your own thoughts into a business that you don't know of, you're going to start out slow. So I like Alberto because he's direct. He's just going to tell you, hey, don't do this. You can do that, but go ahead. You're not going to get anywhere. So, that's a lot said. But what I really like about Alberto is his warm heart. When I got into this business, actually in this program, I really didn't think he was even going to give me the time of the day. So I really appreciate everything that Alberto does for me as far as giving a guy like me a chance to even be on a call with somebody like him or where he's been. So I'm just humbled to the whole experience. And I know faith comes from hearing. So when you come to these meetings and you hear all the other people having success, you can only do well. So I just, like I said, I thank God, number one. Thank two, I just, meeting Alberto, I want to be like him as far as modeling, 2 days a week. I want to have that ocean front. I'm a family guy and I want to spend time with my family. And I'm going to have my struggles, and that's just part of the system. But as long as I stick with it, like I said, I have faith. And with being on a call with somebody like Alberto, how are you going to fail? I think your success is going to be through all your hard work, but mentorship it's a hack in business. So with Alberto being there as my mentor, I can't even say anymore. It's just a blessing. That's pretty much what I have for Alberto. I'm going to go through my struggles, but like everybody else in the group, they've been there. So when you're not the only one in the boat going through the hard, rocky waters, you're all going to make it to your final destination. And we have predictable premiums. I'm going to go through my level one and eventually get to my level two. So when I did ask Alberto direct questions, not very often you'll get somebody that'll just tell you, just do this, okay? Trust me. So for me, not knowing anybody, and I'm talking to somebody literally across the world here, and you just gotta put your trust in that.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. Well, I appreciate the kind words, and I don't know if you're on the call on Monday. We have 2 support calls, right? And what's great about it that surprises people, because a lot of times people say, well, what if I give you my money? I gave somebody my money before, and then they disappeared. And I always have to well, okay, well, we're a little different, right? We have 2 calls a week now for support live. It's the last thing on my schedule. I don't have a time limit. And I really enjoy those calls. If you're on the one Monday, today's Wednesday. So 2 days ago, we had a record call, the longest call we've ever had by far. It was almost 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
literally about 2.5 hours into it, I had to pause for a second, and I called my wife and I was like, can you please send me an espresso and a glass of water and an energy bar? I was like, wow, I had no idea we were going to be on so long. But yeah, we stayed there till anybody that had questions, anybody that had anything they wanted to go over, that's important to me that they get their questions answered. If they've made the commitment to their business, to their family, to themselves, and to us, then I want to make sure that we're there for them. And I just had a meeting with my staff yesterday. It looks like we're going to be adding a 3rd call. So now we're just keep making the program better, more service, more support. And now instead of 2 live calls a week, we're going to go to 3. And so thanks for that. And Dan, what's been your biggest takeaway so far in the program, Predictable Premium?
Biggest takeaway, just the structure of how you do it. I mean, I'm with another company, and obviously when they go over their production, their product presentation, they have a presentation, power slides, they have all these other tools. And my takeaway from you is just pretty much, I know about the third-party stories, but my takeaway is how you utilize Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So you kind of make your client think a lot more how they're going to save their money and handle their finances.
Yeah.
So my takeaway is that helping them focus on that versus like a PowerPoint where my company will show all the brochures, the typical style like that. Just totally different from how the normal, well, I haven't been in insurance long, but from my company, how they do it.
Yeah.
So the takeaway is just different.
Different than the traditional way, definitely. People are very
Right.
surprised by that. Cool. Well, Dan, thank you for the kind words. And so now